Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and life is good, but it can be better. We are talking Wonder Woman 1984 today. This has got fans up in arms or absolutely loving it. It's got mixed reviews. So, shall we, without further ado, we'll get straight in and we'll go for opening thoughts on this movie, which was put back because of the COVID situation, and eventually it was released just before Christmas of 2020. So let's go, Susan. Opening thoughts on Wonder Woman 1984.
Well, let's see. I saw it the first time, and I'm like, I said to myself, this villain, this Maxwell Lord villain, this Wishmaster, was a bit rubbish, and I was really like, what have they done to Wonder Woman? I mean, they give her this rubbish villain because he reminded me so much, and apparently the director really made it a point to make Maxwell Lord, his outward personality, mimic that of the president at the time. And it was basically her trolling our leadership, which I didn't know until just this past week. And so I was, when I first saw it, I did not like it, but I watched it through, and that scene, that post or inter credit scene with Asteria, with with Linda Carter, I was like, and that was enough to get me to watch it a second time, because I was looking for her in the when she's covered with the wings and all the men are attacking. I was looking to see if I recognized her, and I did the second time. So I was like, wow, Linda Carter's in this movie more than just the end credit scene. Why didn't I notice her before? And then I was like, wow, this is a really this has got a lot of throwbacks. The guy who was playing Steve Trevor in this movie reminded me a fuck ton of Lyle Wagner. And I love Lyle Wagner. So, I mean, they chose a guy who looks like the original guy to play the new Steve Trevor, who is Chris Pine. And Chris Pine is Chris Pine. He can't really get away from his own demeanor. In whatever character he plays, it's him. I just want sometime I would like to see him disappear into a role, and that would trip me out so much, because at this point, every single thing, from Captain Kirk to the guy in Unstoppable to, I mean, all the movies that I've seen of him, and all of them, in all of these movies, Chris Pine does this thing where it's an impossible situation and he has to hang on something and brace himself over here, and he curls up his body and he kicks things. I mean, it's just what he does. He did it to the engine in Star Trek. He did it to the coupler in Unstoppable. He just kicks things. It's the Chris Pine kick, and he does it in everything he does. It was like, oh, he did it. He did it in the tank. He kicked the gun. So I mean, here he is in the Middle East kicking a tank gun and actually, breaking it off because he's Chris Pine, and whatever he kicks, he fixes. That's the thing. So yeah, and Gal Gadot, she she's just done a lot of work to make Wonder Woman, you know, different from uh, Linda Carter, but carrying a lot of the same things. Like every time, like she tries to make it so that every time she smiles, just like Linda Carter, it brightens up the whole screen. That's one of the things that Wonder Woman does. When she smiles, she brightens up the whole world. And then the other thing that's really interesting is that you know this movie had the invisible jet, and I've been waiting for that since Super Friends. And yeah, and then in the crossover, the Crisis of Infinite Earths, they actually and the other DC thing, they actually end up holed up in a building that looks just like the Legion of Justice. So, oh my gosh, so cool. So that's two things from that old cartoon that I really liked. And what's the other thing? Uh, I will just let you go, let my bit go, and
Right.
back
Okay.
to you, Lee.
Thank you, Susan. So from absolutely not liking the movie after a second viewing, you like the movie. So this is how it changes. This is how it changes.
It's darn good. So yeah, thank
So
you.
right, we'll go over to Kevin now for his opening thoughts on this movie.
Well, let me start with you first. Wat dacht je ervan? Ik vertaal het wel. I will translate it. Sorry.
Dankjewel.
Dag mevrouw.
Ja, het was wel gewoon leuk met hoe het gevecht begon in het begin.
She liked the beginning with the Amazons.
Mhm.
En toen op het eind, dat
En
ze
die-
toen beginnen met dat zij toen die panter werd, of die tijger werd. Dat was ook wel echt heel cool gedaan.
She liked the fight. She liked the cheetah fight with Wonder Woman.
Verder weet ik het niet echt meer. Want ik ben het vergeten.
Well, okay. She liked the movie when she was sitting next to me, but she doesn't remember a little bit of it. But if you remember, she likes it with Cheetah and with the beginning of the mall fight, and she liked it. Let's just keep that. Me, on the other hand, well, let's just say I had high hopes for this movie. It isn't bad, but it cannot be say it's my first viewing that I saw it. Maybe my second viewing will change it. But what they did with Steve Trevor is very unnecessary. Like, if you bring him back, why kill him off again? But he was a wish, of course, in this movie.
Yeah, he was never alive in this.
Yeah,
He was a wish.
in her head, and because of that, she was losing her power to stop Maxwell Lord.
Yeah.
I like that character, really. Pedro Pascal did a phenomenal job of pulling off that character, and you really cared for him at the end of the movie. Like, you knew why he was doing it for his son, but the power got a little bit pushed to his head.
Power corrupts.
Yeah, he was corrupted, and of course we got Cheetah shoehorned in here. They should have waited with Cheetah. Just put her in the third last movie, and build it from the second one up to, because in the origin, I think in this one she's a wish, and she became Cheetah. At the end of the movie, she doesn't. So it's pretty pointless.
everything in this movie is based on a wish. On wish.
Yeah, that's but Cheetah in the comics is of course based on the god that she got powers from. I think, yeah. Anyhow, the music score by Hans Zimmer was very good. It was a lighter tone, but I still have the feeling that Warner Brothers did something with this movie. I don't know what, but it was like the trailer was very opposite of this movie, what it eventually was. Like I was like, I don't really, understand why they did it, but I was like, oh, it's Steve Trevor's back, but why? But then it very makes clear that he's becoming a wish in the first second of the movie. But what I really have, it's not it's a little gripe, but if they just went on with the cheese, the 80s cheesy, actually it reminded me of the Christopher Reeve movies, of the Superman movies from the first one and the second one. It reminded me a lot. If they just did that the whole movie, I would be fine with it, really. But it was like, then serious, then camp, then serious, then camp. It was like doing this for me the whole time. But eventually, it could have been better. Maybe there's an release the Penny Jenkins cut somewhere. To remove
I think the director's cut somewhere.
Yeah, probably somewhere. No, but there's also a continuity error in this movie, because if you watch Batman v Superman, Wonder Woman says to Batman in that movie, in the 2016 timeline, she's saying that she walked 100 years or 1,000 years away from men, or something like 100 years, I think. So it only the First World War would make sense. But then there should be an event that causes her in that 100 years from 2016 then to not be, not be Wonder Woman. But with this movie, she was like, oh yeah, I was kicking ass in 1984.
Yes, wonder what Diana, she's how many centuries old?
Yeah.
So
Like,
she's not 40 years old. She's a centuries old. Is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but looks.
That moisturizer works.
That moisturizer really works. Yeah. No, but she's really eye candy. And she does a great job as Wonder Woman. Chris Pine does a great job. Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, it's good, but I think the end was very necessary. The fight, like, why put the gold armor on if they're going to peel it off?
Yeah, that's true.
But I liked the Linda Carter cameo of it. I recognized her. I was like, hey, that's the one from the show.
Did you recognize her when she's in the battle with all the men?
I didn't. I only saw the end. I was like, oh.
No. When you go back and you look at it, she fights the whole horde of men in the Asteria story. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god.
Well, the action scenes were good, but sometimes maybe I'm just nitpicking.
You can see if you see Linda Carter being a badass, that's the stuff. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, what the little gripe I had was the CGI was sometimes off. I don't know if it was me or it was put in intentional because it was set in the 80s.
I don't think that I've made the CGI off just because it was set in the 80s. It was mostly just bad CGI.
I think so, because you had 2 freaking years to do the CGI for this movie. It was supposed to come out in 2018, I thought, because of the Dark Phoenix movie, but then it got pushed again. Oh no, 2019. Yeah, probably 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, it was due to be released. I think it was of summer of last year.
Yeah, and then COVID hit.
July time.
I couldn't see it in the cinema. I would have, but yeah, I like for what it was. I would give it a 7.
Oh, stop jumping the gun.
please.
We'll get back to that. So,
Those were my long opening thoughts. Back to you, Lee.
thank you, Kevin. You see, Kevin took one of my things, what I was going to say. I sat watching this and it did remind me of Superman 1978, Christopher Reeve. It had that feel about it. With also Pedro Pascal playing Maxwell Lord, he was just channeling Gene Hackman. Lex, I think this is why I enjoyed it so much. It was just like watching Gene Hackman being Lex Luthor. It was just, he had the embodiment of Gene Hackman doing, but as Maxwell Lord.
Of that, but yeah.
Yeah. And also this movie has done what the comic books did and what the TV series did. The comic books and the TV series all started in World War II.
Yep.
And then further along the line, they modernized. It went to the modern day as the TV series in the second season went into 1977. So this movie has just jumped from World War I to 1984. So they're only doing what the TV and the comics did. So I've got no problems with that. The fight scenes are amazing. Gal Gadot is just, she is a perfect Wonder Woman. As Susan mentioned about Linda Carter, Linda Carter, shone on the TV screen as Wonder Woman back in the day, and you can see why they chose Gal, because she's got that same aura about her. They could have come from the same seed, sort of thing. You know what I mean? The two peas in a pod. I agree with what Kevin says about the Cheetah thing. It did feel a bit shoehorned. But nowadays, if you do get a superhero movie, there's usually two villains in the movie anyway, and three sometimes at a push. The cheat. I mean, I didn't mind the Cheetah thing.
Let's just say a movie that's called Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's true. But and say setting it in 1984 was good for nostalgia, I suppose, as well, with the opening scenes, which everybody with all the bright colours, all the shoulder pads. That was just fun to watch. And this one as well, she does get to use her lasso a hell of a lot in this one. And as with what Susan said, we finally get the invisible jet. I mean, got it in the comics, you got it in the cartoons. We got it in the TV series, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm sure.
Alex would know, but he's busy. So
Yeah,
I
I think we did, but I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I've seen
a see-through plastic jet with a doll sat in it. I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the lines of TV budgets, there was an invisible jet.
But what you've got to remember about this movie, as I said before, it's all based on wishes, what people wish for. Be careful what you wish for, because they always, and every nearly wish was turning out bad, causing wars in different countries. And as to say, power corrupts, and that's what was happening with Maxwell Lord, and the wish stone or whatever was corrupting him, which was so well done. But I've got no problems with this movie at all, to be honest. I mean, I came into this movie after listening to all the hate, all the stuff what people were saying about this movie, all this, saying it's absolutely awful, it's one of the worst movies ever. Gal Gadot cannot act.
I've
heard that a lot. Gal Gadot cannot act. Then why is she in all the new Hollywood movies?
She is doing her work. She is doing a lot of work on whatever character she plays.
And I tell you now, all that lot I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions and dislike, but for me, all them reviews or comments about this being an awful movie and she, you know, she's an awful actress, they're talking shit. She's an amazing actress. She's a beautiful actress. She's talented, and to go through all that for a woman to take that role, the lead role. I mean, Wonder Woman is one of the leading superheroes in DC Comics, and to take that, grab it by the neck, you know, and shake it and make it her own. She's got something about her. So, but I enjoyed this. So, shall we go to favourite moments?
Sure.
Susan.
All right. Okay, let's see. My favorite moments in the first part of the movie are I really liked how Kristen Wiig was playing the lady in the Smithsonian. That's the way I think of most of the people who work in the Smithsonian. My friend was offered a job in the Smithsonian, and he could have been Kristen Wiig. I mean, that's the kind of people they hire, and that's the kind of people they offer jobs to. And no, she wasn't a forgettable person, but I get that because, like, go ahead.
Can I just butt in? I don't know if you're going to say this, but can I just butt in? The portrayal of, what was in it? Barbara, isn't it?
Yeah.
Portrayal of Barbara. When I was watching that, I was thinking Michelle Pfeiffer, Selena Kyle. The portrayal, the bumbling secretary, she's the bumbling doctor.
Yeah.
Was not accurate? Is it archaeologist?
Yeah, or gymnologist and.
Yeah, she was a bumbling one. She was dropping her papers. Michelle Pfeiffer was dropping her papers. Very similar characterizations there. And then I thought of
for the Catwoman one.
Yeah, for Batman Returns.
Okay.
But then it came to me as well. Uma Thurman playing Pamela Isley in Batman and Robin, bumbling scientist, dropping everything, and I'm thinking, is this?
Well, okay, yeah. That is sort of a trope. You're right. That is a kind of quintessential.
But it's a bit. It was making me laugh because I'm thinking, yeah, it's DC and it's Warner Brothers. They're doing it a lot.
I see. I didn't think of that, but I thought, you know, she's a really amazing comic actress, and she like her like the wedding one, the one where she plays the best friend of the woman, and I mean she's a really hilarious actress, and so when she was playing at the first part of the movie, I really liked her portrayal. I liked her seriousness about all the relics. I did notice that she. I did notice the attraction that she had, and for a while, for like the first time I saw the movie, I thought that she was a lesbian. And so I was like, why is she kissing this guy? Why is she kissing Maxwell Lord? I mean, that was fucking, that really tripped me out. But like,
fire truck.
I was not able to. I didn't put that together well. Anyway, I also liked the fact that they brought in all of the archaeological research that they did in the Maya. They did all the finding the stone in all the places, and then they went then they went and talked to that guy, and that guy, the guy with the Mayan descent, he told about which god it came from, and he had a book that told which god it came from, and that's when I realized that I was I missed that whole scene. I had obviously gone to the loo or gone to get some water or something in that scene in the first go round because or the first two go rounds because I like that. I like that that it came from like a crazy old god that would grant people these wishes in exchange for destroying their civilizations. And that's exactly what was happening right there.
Yeah.
You could see that the entire global civilization would end quite you know unilaterally from Maxwell Lord's work. And the White House bash up was hilarious to me and a little prophetic because again the White House got bashed up by Wonder Woman, and then all these fucking MAGA freaks fucking tried to take over the Capitol, and only they weren't cool like the Cheetah, Maxwell Lord, and Wonder Woman. They were rebellious and they were rubbing their shit on stuff, and it was so different from this. Like that's you've got superheroes doing battle with evil and trying to overcome and whatever, and it ends up with like a statue breaking or painting gets thrown across or a column gets smashed or whatever, that stuff. And the lasso work that she was doing was amazing. But the Cheetah running around, oh my gosh, that was cool. And then but the people on January 6th were just absolutely rubbish people, like the worst of our kind. So anyway, so the gods thing and then I have here what I really felt about this, and it was this. This scene right here, this was one of my favorite scenes, was when Maxwell Lord gets back together with his son. And I just, it had such feels. I got a tear, such a sweet moment. And I thought I just had this. And I know I'm a rubbish, really bad, horrible Photoshopper, but that's what I thought. I just thought, oh my God. It wouldn't go transparent on me, so that's why it's that way. But oh my gosh, yes, that was it. I'm low-key completely obsessed with the Mandalorian, and so this had that. And then just to show, this was Steve Trevor, and you see how much that the actor who played the body for Steve Trevor looked like Steve
Trevor.
Yeah. So good. Anyway, that's about my favorite stuff. Talk to you guys in a little bit.
Okay, that's Baby Yoda thing there is yeah. Anyways, we'll move on.
Where is it?
Kevin,
One.
are we
Baby Yoda, where is it? Oh wait, there it is.
there we are. What are we on about?
Susan.
It's we're over to you now, Kevin. Oh no.
It's my girlfriend's anyway. She got it for me. But I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not naked underneath here.
No.
If anyone was notice it, yeah. Look, he has his pants on.
Yeah. So, Kevin, any moments what stand out for you?
Well, let's just say that the first freaking, when Wonder Woman was grown up, the mall scene. That was the moment that I was new in. That I was like, oh, it's going to be like one of those movies. With the child.
Well, what you got to remember is this movie. All the superheroes derive from comic books, comic strips.
Yeah.
So, and if you don't have that sort of element in the movies, you lose that. You lose that sort of magic for what you used to get in the comics.
Yeah, that's true.
You
No,
need that.
but the scene when if you what was it? Oh yeah, if you do this, I drop the child.
Oh
And
yeah.
then the other henchman was like, no. I was laughing so much when I was like, oh, that was badly acted, but it was funny as hell. And then, well, you see Maxwell Lord was trying to do everything for his son to be successful.
Mm.
And then he's got that wishing stone that he got by kissing Cheetah, basically.
But yes, double crossing her.
Really, but the funny thing was nobody was seeing her until she wore a dress or anything less geeky. Then she got all the attention by men. But I don't know if it was the attention. I don't know if it was by the wish. I thought it
was.
was
She wished to be powerful and strong and
powerful and
attract,
strong.
attractive.
Oh well, the wokeness.
But she wished to be like
Like
Oh, yeah,
like
like
Wonder
Woman,
Woman,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Diana Prince,
And
and
then she
then
got the one man after her, the one drunk man that
and then
pushed
she
away.
wanted to be. Then she wanted to be
An
more
apex
than
predator. Yeah.
more. Yeah. So she got two wishes because he'd gotten the wish stone inside of him. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, that was pretty much like he was a god in the comics. I thought, yeah, something like that.
I mean,
Yeah, so
Maxwell Lord was a villain in the comics as well, so they haven't made him up. He was in the comics.
yeah, but he wasn't blue in this one. Well, he wore a blue suit, so
Yeah, he was like a powerful businessman, sort of.
yeah,
In
powerful businessman. No, but the sand fight scene, when they were driving over the desert,
Mm.
that was a good scene, to be honest. Then you could see that Wonder Woman was vulnerable in that state, and Steve Trevor was like, like punching guys and then the movie, the scene when they're going to Egypt. I thought they were going to Egypt, and to a city when they were finding what was causing this and Wishstone, and hey, this guy did it, and he basically f-bombed all his people up.
Yeah, he built the wall.
No, they built a freaking wall. Yeah, it was very inspired by Trump.
Even even meteen bellen.
Yeah,
Het was vervelend.
after
Kan
this,
je
not it. Yeah, not
en
it.
ik weet niet hoe lang je nog moet
Oh,
doen.
no, but the scene that I really liked the most was the ending when he's realizing he's doing the wrong stuff.
Mm.
When he's getting all the power from all the people, and then if you hear through the music, you can hear "Beautiful Lie" from Hans Zimmer that was played in the beginning of Batman v Superman. So that was a nice touch. Like it's a running theme through the movie. For the DC, well, you can call it DC Expanded Universe or call it we don't know what the fuck we are doing universe.
I don't know. Yeah,
Sorry for the F bomb, but it really is.
yeah. I know the Warner and DC
They were
movies.
fighting over it, yeah.
It's one of. I don't know. They're going to have to get their act together, I think. So
Probably.
is that it, then, Kevin? We
And I like I like what I really like it. I don't know if it was forced, but what I really liked was the scene when the drunk man was coming twice after Cheetah,
uh
and then she pushed him away like, and then he was like dead, and then she was like, oh, because first she was feeling guilty. You could tell that at her face, but then the second it was like, yeah, he deserved it. Well, he kind of did.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No. But it was nice with the Maxwell Lord scenes. That was really one of the Maxwell Lord. The scenes with Maxwell Lord were really good, and one was Gal Gadot, beautiful woman, was trying to do very hard with the scripts, and I can't wait for the sequel. But Warner Brothers, listen to this. We start the Snyderverse, yeah. We should get Justice League 2 and 3, and then make it Elseworld, make it anything. Just finish that one, and then you can do your own stuff.
Yeah, well, and Kevin has spoken.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, what can I pick from all that? I have to agree. The Pedro as Maxwell Lord was one of the best things in this movie. Most superhero movies, the villains are always the ones what are the people are always the ones what are getting trod on. They're always getting put down. Even Maxwell Lord, he was not what he was making himself out to be. His business was non-existent. He was a con man. He was trying to make money. Say Barbara was a bumbling doctor. She wasn't loved. She was on her own. And every sort of villain in the DC comics, well, and Marvel, of course, this is how the villains start off. And it's something happens in their life just to jolt them to become these super villains what they are. And it's good to see in this, you feel, as it's been said, you feel for Maxwell Lord by the end of the movie. Because the corruption, the power in his head, in his body, is killing everyone. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's even forgotten about his son at that point. And I say it takes Wonder Woman to show him down the right path.
The son.
With the lasso of justice, not lasso of truth, isn't it?
Truth.
Yeah.
I know where I will stick my truth in.
But I think the fight scenes are awesome in this. The action scenes. I just can't fault this. I just enjoyed it from beginning to end, and I just cannot understand why people hate on this. But each to their own, I suppose. I mean, Susan's proved that you can hate it 1 minute, go back and watch it, and absolutely like it.
And if you do hate something and you are wanting to be part of our podcast, come and talk to us. We'll put you in because, I like arguing with people.
Yeah.
And I did win yesterday.
No, you didn't. But yeah, I mean, everybody's entitled to a different opinion.
Just like Love and Monsters. That episode of Doctor Who was amazing.
Brilliant. So if anybody's got anything else to say, shall we go to final say and score?
Release the Snyderverse.
Yep. Okay, then we'll go to final say and score. Now, Kevin, you can do your score.
Going to give it, because of my viewers viewing, a 7 out of 10.
Oh, it's gone up from a 6, it's a 7 now. There you go, you see. Thank you, Kevin. Over to you, Susan.
Well, due to my affection for Pedro Pascal, he is the best, and the fact that he plays one of my favorite characters in the whole wide in any fandom right now, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this a 9 Pedro Pascal hugs out of 10. Oh my gosh.
Ah. And
I'd like to shout out to William Marston for making one of the most brilliant characters and comic book characters, comic book heroes of all time. Wonder Woman is amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She is. And I'm enjoying all the the new life what's been put into her in the movies. Let's see. Is it as good as the first one? Not really, but it's still enjoyable, and
I agree with that.
it's still enjoyable. It's a fun movie, and I'm positive I gave the first Wonder Woman movie a 10. I'm positive I did.
Yeah,
So-
you fuck. I think it is. Yeah, with beef that and
But to be fair with this one, seeing as it's not as well put together as the first movie, it's getting a 9. But it's still a damn good movie to watch. So that's what it's getting 9 satin tights out of 10.
satin tights. Wow.
Waiting for your rights in your satin tights.
Ah. Well,
Great lyric.
Man, that
Anyway.
77 theme song had some amazing. It was the bass line. Alex he would tell you that the bass line is like the best thing ever.
Oh, talking music, it was good to hear in the party scene. Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Welcome
yeah.
to the Pleasure Dome. That song means a lot to me because that was played at my best friend's funeral last year. And when that came up, it just brought a smile to my face when that came up in the movie. Yeah, a big heart there. So that is our little review of Wonder Woman 1984. Susan, Kevin, thank you for joining me and talking about this movie. You
And
guys.
Kevin's girlfriend.
Oh yes, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
She totally forgot how to rate it. Wat zou je voor cijfer geven? 1 tot en met 10?
Wat
Voor Wonder Woman.
Give it a 10.
No, don't.
Ik denk een 8 of zo.
She's given it an 8.
There you go.
Okay, I like
A
it
woman
more.
with good taste.
Yeah.
There again, it's debatable. She's going out with you. Anyways.
Oh, you little bitch.
But he knows I'm only joking, or am I?
Well, I will find you in Hull somewhere next
He'll
year. Or
be-
this
He'll
year.
find me and kill me. He, you guys out there, please leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of the movie. Please be nice. We can take criticism, but there's there is some things that such as trolling out there, and I have seen a few comments on our videos, and it's just trolling. But hey ho, we've got thick skin, I suppose. If you'd
Very
like
good skin.
If you'd like to join us, please message me on Facebook, Twitter,
Or comment below.
Yeah, comment below. Also, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, press the bell button and you'll get notified every time we put a new video up. So I think we're done now, aren't we? Is there anything else what anyone likes to say?
Release
No?
the Snyderverse.
Keep wishing. If we had a wish stone.
Make DC better.
So until next time, please be safe. There's light at the end of the tunnel out there. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.